go.
You got the words to change a nation, but you're biting your tongue. You spent a lifetime stuck in silence, afraid that you'll say something wrong. If no one ever hears you, how we gonna learn your song? So come on, come on, come on, come on. You got a heart as loud as a lion, so why let your voice be tame? Maybe we're a little different, there's no need to be ashamed. You got the light to fight the shadows, stop hiding it away. Come on, come on. I wanna sing, I wanna shout, I wanna scream till the words dry out. So put it in all of the papers, I'm not afraid. They can read all about it, read all about it all. Oh, You got the words to change a nation, but you're biting your tongue. You spent a lifetime stuck in silence, afraid that you'll say something wrong. If no one ever hears you, how we gonna learn your song? So come on, come on, come on, come on. You got a heart as loud as a lion's. Why let your voice be tame? Maybe we're a little different, no need to be ashamed. You got the light to fight the shadows, stop hiding it away. Come on, come on. I wanna sing, I wanna shout, I wanna scream till the words dry out. So put it in all of the papers, I'm not afraid. They can read all about it, read all about it all. Yeah, we're all wonderful, wonderful people. So when did we all become fearful? Now we're finally finding our voices. So here's your chance, come help me sing this. I wanna sing, I wanna shout, I wanna scream till the words dry out. Put it in all of the papers, I'm not afraid. They can read all about it, read all about it
Oh yeah, let's go. Let's go. Come on,
It
Mariah.
sure was. It was so incredible.
Come on, Mariah.
I'm gonna go this way to not. I don't want to cause any static, you know. Hello. My name is Reverend Casey Taylor. I am the senior minister here at the United Life Center for Spiritual Living, and I'm going to give you a little overview of what to expect today. Some of you were here for our 12:30 sound bath. I love that we started out with a remix, If You Have the Right to Party. You better fight for your right to party, remix to that. And then we eased into meditation. And Mariah opened up with her song "Read All About It."
Beautiful.
It was so beautiful. Yes, yes, yes. Next, after this, we will read through our vision and mission statement. And I always like to be clear that if there's a part of the vision and mission statement that doesn't resonate with you, feel free not to repeat it with us. Feel free not to affirm it and talk to us later. Then we'll get into the prayer and meditation portion of our service with Mary Lee Jones, our practitioner. Mariah will sing an original tune called Free to Be that I saw on Facebook, and I was like, would you please perform this? And she was like, bet. Then I'm going to speak a little message about our theme today, which is what's the point anyway? We'll do a little conscious giving where I asked Mariah to sing Golden by Jill Scott, and she said yes, which I'm grateful for. Some announcements, and then she's going to close out with the song Moving Forward.
Beautiful.
And I'm going to move forward to our next slide as I invite us all to affirm our vision and mission statement together. We are a loving, inclusive community, joyfully expressing spirit. We honor, celebrate, and support each individual's awakening to their spiritual magnificence. We empower each other to create happy, healthy, abundant lives.
So it is.
All right, and as I said, this is Miss Mary Lee Jones will come up and do the prayer and meditation portion. I'll put this up here for you.
Whatever you want. I think I'll try one like that. Whatever you want. Okay, just making sure we don't trip up on this. I'm going to try speaking just out here with the microphone rather than from the lectern. I'm Mary Lee Jones, your practitioner for the day, and this being the first Sunday in September, CSL's theme for this month is Transcendent Purpose. And I thought to start, I would just give a brief introduction to that theme. Transcendent Purpose is the fusion of going beyond perceived limits and living with deep awareness, determination, and intention. It represents a radical vision of surpassing outer limits, imagining infinite possibilities, and achieving what seems unattainable. By merging transcendent aspirations with purposeful living, we create a powerful trajectory toward extraordinary accomplishments on both personal and collective levels. Living from transcendent purpose involves embracing a turbocharged passion for life and striving to bring forth a new reality. It means reaching inwardly to express outwardly what Spirit is calling for, connecting to a higher vision that transcends imagination into tangible experience. This approach to purpose transforms and transcends ordinary goals, guiding us toward a profound truth and a new paradigm of living that aligns with the Centers for Spiritual Living's vision of creating a world that works for everyone. And to amplify this theme, I would like to share a brief excerpt, and this is familiar to us from previous months. Tricia Hersey's Rest is Resistance, a Manifesto. You must resist anything that doesn't center your divinity as a human being. You are worthy of care. You are not just born to center your entire existence on work and labor. You were born to heal, to grow, to be of service to yourself and community, to practice, to experiment, to create, to have space to dream and to connect. Today, our theme is, what's the point anyway? The purpose of life is fundamentally about self-realization and recognizing our inherent divinity. According to Science of Mind, we are all expressions of the infinite mind, and our primary purpose is to awaken to this truth. By embracing the idea that life itself is the purpose, we see our intrinsic value and worthiness. Each of us is a unique manifestation of the divine, contributing to the richness of the universal tapestry. This understanding encourages us to live authentically, aligning our thoughts and actions with the principles of love, creativity, and harmony, and to appreciate the present moment as a vital aspect of our spiritual journey. Science of Mind teaches that our worth is not dependent on external achievements or societal standards, but on our very existence as spiritual beings. By acknowledging that there is no grand, singular purpose dictated by an external force, we are free to choose our own paths and create meaningful lives. This perspective fosters self-compassion and a deep sense of belonging as we recognize that every experience, relationship, and moment is an opportunity for spiritual growth and expression. The realization that we are valuable simply because we exist empowers us to live with confidence, love, and a sense of interconnectedness with all life, reflecting the divine nature within us and the universe. The purpose of living at its most fundamental level is life itself. The inherent value of existence lies in the simple act of being alive and experiencing the world. Life in all its forms is a continuous cycle of growth, change, and adaptation. Our primary purpose is to participate fully in the ebb and flow of life, savoring each moment, nurturing relationships, and finding joy in everyday experiences. Seeing the purpose of living as life itself aligns us with the natural rhythms of the world around us and invites us to harmonize with the environment, understand our interconnectedness with other beings, and contribute positively to the ecosystem we inhabit. By focusing on the intrinsic value of life, we can foster a sense of contentment and fulfillment that arises from within, rather than from external achievements or material possessions. This perspective nurtures a mindset of gratitude, mindfulness, and compassion, promoting a holistic and balanced approach to living where every breath, interaction, and moment is treasured as a vital part of the larger tapestry of life. The idea that there is no one grand preordained purpose for our lives liberates us to create and choose our own purposes. We can simply celebrate the freedom and responsibility inherent in human existence. Without a predetermined path, we have the opportunity to explore our passions, values, and interests to define what gives our individual lives meaning. Whether it's pursuing a career, nurturing relationships, engaging in creative endeavors, or contributing to our community, each choice is valid. This autonomy empowers us to live authentically, aligning our actions with our personal beliefs and aspirations. In this light, the absence of a singular universal purpose becomes a canvas upon which we can paint lives that are uniquely ours. Most importantly, we cannot choose wrong when it comes to our purpose. Each decision and direction we take contributes to our growth and self-discovery. Mistakes and detours are not failures, but rather integral parts of our journey, offering lessons and experiences that shape our lives and who we are. By embracing this understanding, we release the pressure of living up to an external standard or fear of making the wrong choice. Instead, we can focus on what resonates with us, bringing fulfillment and joy. This perspective fosters resilience, adaptability, and a deep sense of personal empowerment, affirming that our purpose is a dynamic, evolving expression of our authentic selves. Because there is no one grand purpose, and the purpose of living is life itself, we are inherently valuable and worthy simply because we exist. Our worth is not contingent on external achievements, societal status, or fulfilling a specific role. By understanding that life's purpose is to be fully present and engaged in the experience of living, we realize that our existence alone is a testament to our intrinsic value. Every breath, every heartbeat, and every moment we share with the world affirms our worth. This recognition encourages us to embrace self-compassion and self-acceptance, knowing that we are enough just as we are. Furthermore, by valuing life for its own sake, we recognize that every individual, including ourselves, holds a unique place in the tapestry of existence. Our presence contributes to the richness and diversity of the world. This understanding fosters a profound respect for ourselves and others, emphasizing that our value is not earned, but inherent. It reminds us that we are a part of the grand, interconnected web of life, each one of us playing a crucial role simply by being. This realization allows us to live with confidence and a sense of belonging, affirming that we are worthy of love, respect, and fulfillment merely by virtue of our existence. What's the point anyway? I believe these words I have just read and spoken to you more than make that point. And let us go with joy, gratitude, peace, and love into prayer. God is the absolute reality and only intelligence. The one infinite being. God is wholeness, peace, love, joy, perfection, and purpose. God is all there is. And as my mind is an individualization of God mind, I accept that I am now thinking with the mind of God. The Spirit of God moves through me as my spirit of self-awareness and also moves through everyone present here and online. God is right where everyone is, as the glorious divine emanations of light, love, and purpose that they are. With the knowledge that everyone here and online is one with God, surrounded by acceptance of the existence of all the gifts, joys, riches, and blessings of the universe. I now speak my word. I realize and completely accept that the creative law is spirit is acting through everyone here and online to bring openness, awareness, and understanding of the fluidity of their purpose and the flexibility to grow and adapt as purpose moves in their lives. This is their spiritual truth. And I see openness, awareness, and understanding of the fluidity of everyone's purpose and the flexibility to grow and adapt purpose as it moves in their lives as being theirs right now. And I feel and express my overflowing gratitude for knowing this truth for everyone present here and online. And now I release this treatment into the infinite activity of the law, which always says yes. And as I know to be the truth and deeply feel and have declared. And so it is.
So it is.
Thank you so much, Mary Lee.
Thank you. I need those.
I love that we always have Mary Lee start the month as we are giving Transcendent Purpose. She's like, this is your transcendent purpose. And I believe the song, Free to Be, perfectly
Man.
describes what our transcendent purpose is, what the point of it all is. And I'm grateful that Mariah wrote it and is performing it for us today. Thank you.
Right on time, man.
I just want to invite you guys just to close your eyes. I wrote this song to encourage people to unlock the freedom within themselves. So I really want you to just listen to the lyrics and just take it all in.
I was taught to play quiet, bite my tongue, hide my flame. Ooh, but that mirror told a story, said my silence fed the chains. Quiet girl, loud dreams. They wanted me to shrink, but to that little girl in me, that's not who you have to be. I set you free. You're free to be. Finally let go of the pressure. Who cares if I mess up? I'm human, that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm no longer apologizing, no longer internalizing. I'm taking up space, yeah, I'm living out my truth. I'm finally free. Free to be. Spread my wings, that's what I was made to do. I give my all, I have no fear when I lose. Spread my wings, that's what I was made to do. Give my all, I have no fear when I lose, yeah. I'm finally free, yeah. I'm free to be.
Oh, God. So good, man.
And that one will be out soon, like a couple weeks. So.
Yes, thank you, Mariah. I'm going to turn this to me. All right. So,
That's
yesterday we had a cacao ceremony and a conversation that came up in the cacao ceremony was about social media. And that, it had me thinking, had me reflecting on my relationship between social media. And I am of the age where Facebook came out the year after I graduated from college. So I was 22, and my friends that were 21 and under were talking about like, hey, this is a thing. And like at the time, MySpace was around. Like MySpace was a thing. I learned HTML from MySpace, so I'm grateful for like the basics that I understand about web design from messing with my MySpace page. So I was living my best MySpace life, knew about Facebook, and basically there was this shift. I remember after I graduated, well, like I said, they came out the year after I graduated college, so I was living in Chicago, and one day, like, all of my friends were hanging out at this place that was super close to where I lived, and I was like, hey, how come nobody told me about this? And they're like, it was on Facebook. And I was like, well, then clearly I need to get off of MySpace, because like it's a graveyard now. I need to go to Facebook where it's at. And like back then, in let's say like 2006 or something like that, people would say where they're going. Now you would never do that, because what happened is like people would just show up that you didn't necessarily want to be there, but because you said I'm gonna be here at 5 p.m. like people who you were not cool with would be like, hey, and you're like, oh, okay. Not doing that anymore. But back in like 2006, 2007, that was what it was, and that's where it's at. And so, because I got on as a prime demographic, like this was how me and my friends communicated. Texting at that point cost like 10 cents a text, so people didn't do group text. Like Facebook is like where you said, this is where you're doing, this is where you're gonna be, and this is how we communicated, this is how we kept up with what's going on in our lives. And around the time that the Obama-McCain election came about, there started to be political conversations. And back in 2008, I was engaging fully in those things. I learned about the political beliefs of the people around me. Back before then, I had no idea, because these were not conversations we were having in the spot down the street. So I got an opportunity to really know people, more specifically know my family in ways that was really disturbing for me. And so 2008 was like the opening of that. And also at the same time, like I said, I lived in Chicago, and Barack Obama was a really big deal in Chicago. And so to be, I was there the day that he won the election, and he was at Grant Park. I was watching on TV, and I was like, this train stop is like 4 train stops away. Like, what is stopping me from just getting on this train and like experiencing this in real life? So like, got on the train and like went, and so like, the energy of Chicago was unlike it had ever been my entire life, and had these conversations about, politics, and those sorts of things started to come up. And around that time in my life is also the same time that I discovered the Centers for Spiritual Living. My center in Chicago is called the Bodhi Center of Spiritual Living, no longer exists right now, but it's really big, thriving center full of like artists and interesting people, and friending all those people on Facebook. And between living in Chicago and being part of that community, and then moving to Southern California, where there's a bunch of Centers for Spiritual Livings there, getting involved, becoming a spiritual practitioner, becoming a minister. And sometimes I get to a point now where somebody sends me a Facebook request, and if we have like 500 mutual friends and we've never met, I'm like, clearly we vibes with the right people, the same people. So like, yes. So I'm at a point in my life where, because my Facebook feed has been cultivated since like 2007, that when I open my Facebook, I'm only getting love. I'm only getting inspiration. I'm only getting things I want to hear about, because I clicked unfollow on those other people a long time ago. So it's really nice to to hear as people are like, oh, I don't really like what I'm seeing, because I've lived all over the country, California, Chicago. I lived in Boston for a little bit, lived in Iowa, live in Oklahoma now. That I have a diverse group of people. on my feed. And I wouldn't say that like I get a good sense of what's going on in the world, but I know what's going on in people's lives to some extent with whatever it is they want to share. And I learn about things I wouldn't want to normally learn about. All of my quotes today are not at all from Reverend Sunshine Michelle Coleman's material, and I didn't even look at it, I didn't even open it, so I'm so glad Mary Lee gave y'all a rundown of what Reverend Sunshine Michelle intended for this month, especially because as a member of the Global Themes team last year, I was supposed to collaborate on this month's material with Reverend Sunshine Michelle Coleman, and as it was coming down to it, I was like, I cannot. I collaborated on June, I wrote most of October, and this was supposed to be when I collaborated on, and last summer was a whole thing, and I could not. So Rev Chris stepped in for me, and I haven't even opened it yet. We'll see what happens next week, but haven't even gotten there. I got so much wisdom from my feed that I was like, I'm gonna share this with the peoples. So I'm gonna start with, you either face your demons or they raise your children. Right? I was like, oh, this song that Mariah opens with, I heard for the first time. In fact, I didn't know Mariah was going to sing this song until this morning when I was like, hey, what's the opening song? And she was like, this one. And I was like, that song I have not heard since I was a case manager at CSU Youth Services. And I had a client in particular that loved that song and would play it on repeat. And because she played it on repeat, my algorithm was like, you must like this. And I did. So I was like, yes. And because she hasn't been in my car in 2 years, YouTube stopped reminding me, just throwing this in my rotation. So thank you, Mariah, for bringing it back. Amen. So I was thinking about this client in particular because of that song. And this weekend on social media, I saw a combination of posts from our governor, Kevin Stitt, speaking of the SAFE operation. I forgot what it stands for, but what this operation is clearing out homeless encampments. Right. And I've seen a combination of service providers, homeless service providers, saying, we don't have room in our shelters. Yeah. When you clear out these encampments, where do you expect these people to go? Yeah. And Governor Stitt posting things like, look at this pile of needles that we found near a residential place. Don't families deserve better than this? Yes, we all deserve better than this. And that youth that I thought of who loved that song, Read All About It, right now, she's not eligible for services at CSU Youth Services. That the amount of fights that this person has gotten into has made it so that it isn't safe for other clients for her to be on our property. And what that means is that when she needs water, when she needs a place to sleep, when she needs a shower, despite her being within the age parameters, she is not eligible for services. Sometimes there is someone working that shift in particular that will have some compassion for the person at the door and give them some water. And there are some people who say, if I keep giving her water, she's gonna keep coming back and keep causing problems with other clients. We need to honor the fact that they are not eligible for services. So that is the kind of constant conversation that's happening there. And I'm thinking about these questions of, if they're not your children, if you don't have any children, if you don't see yourself as responsible for the children within your community, they're still there. Yeah. They're gonna be experiencing addiction. They're gonna be spilling needles all over your neighborhood. If you continue to ignore them, if you continue to call in the armed forces and take away what little property they have, yeah, they're going to continue to be more traumatized and steal more catalytic converters from your cars, continue to not be eligible for services because the service providers aren't able to give them what they need. One can say that this person is not eligible for services because of my failure as her case manager of not getting her to a place of stability. I can tell you that as someone with a 9-to-5 and a whole list of clients, I did the best I could to support this person and get her on her feet. And I ended up leaving that job before I was in a position where she was in some version of stability. And in my work with youth, I've got some incredible stories of youth who've done incredible things and are still doing incredible things. And those were my first clients that I was able to be there for from the beginning that they walked into the shelter the first time to setting them up into independent living. But when people come into the shelter and they've been experiencing chronicity to a certain level, our systems are not designed to support them.
Yeah.
And our reality is that we have an opportunity to look within ourselves and identify what is ours to do, because we are members of this village. Yesterday on the news, KOCO said that there are 5,800 children in the foster care system today. So what that means, some of them end up in shelters, some of them don't, but there isn't anyone who is teaching them how to pay bills, teaching them how to grocery shop, teaching them how to cook a meal and time management and all those kinds of things. And then they turn 18 and end up in jails and end up on the streets. And we're looking at the government, and the government's calling in the armed forces and just breaking their stuff up and saying, you can't sit here anymore. Made me think of that Lupe Fiasco song, Kick Push, where he's like a skateboarder and it's like, nah, there's no skating here. Never, he's just kick, push, skating away. And, so it's, we can face the demons. We can criticize the people experiencing addiction on our streets, or we can identify what is ours to do. We can do the best that we can to support the youth and the adults within our own communities. Somebody posted, I don't even remember who this is, might have been somebody in this room, posted, your inner circle should challenge your thinking, not just support your feelings. Growth requires friction. So as I was talking about my Facebook feed doesn't have a lot of it. There are a few people who I've left on there that I did not click unfollow that I disagree with, but I do my best. Like once in a while I will turn on a news channel I don't watch, or engage in a conversation with somebody who has very different beliefs than I do, just for the purposes of understanding different perspectives. And social media can really be a feedback loop that we can live in our own bubbles and see the world a certain way because of a curated feed. And it is important for us to remember that to live a well-rounded life, that it requires people who challenge our thinking, that friction is where the growth comes from.
Yeah.
So Becca Jane, who is on our Witch Fest organization team, she posted a really long post, and I just pulled a whole lot of things from it that I just felt like it was full of gems. So if y'all find Becca Jane, I wholeheartedly recommend you read this post in its entirety. It started off where she was talking about how kids are picky eaters. And she talks about how God is found in the new taste, in the suffering, in the crowded spaces, in the concrete political jungles. The goal is to get to God, and God is under every stone, in every nook and cranny, not just the methods we use to feel peaceful. For the last, I would say, month and a half or so, I've been sharing this saga of the Ministers' Council's decision to defer my ordination for a year. And at first I was really shocked and surprised by it, and through conversations with the Ministers' Council, I learned that there was a lot of information about my experience, that though I did the best that I could to include this information in all of my paperwork, there is 60 pages worth of content that the Ministers' Council is reading. So for some of it to have gotten lost in that sauce makes sense. And I made some recommendations to the Ministers' Council to prevent things like that from happening moving forward, that they heard and agreed to make that change immediately. But the reality was that deferment for a year came with a recommendation of a mentor who came from the Ministers' Council. And theoretically, that's the best thing for the people who decided unanimously that I needed another year in service before I was eligible for ordination, for one of those people on that team to say, I'm going to be the person that works with you directly. And 2 other people from the council that I had a conversation with in Canada also said, I'd be happy to support you. Let's get on my calendar. Happy to mentor you. And then I had my first meeting with the minister council mentor. And for me, it did not go well. And so having the experience of the deferment leaving a bad taste in my mouth and the mentor experience not going well, and there's also some other history things where the reason they didn't know about a lot of my history is that my first 5 years within the organization were not recognized by the organization, so I don't have paperwork to affirm those 5 years. And so what led to that 5-year battle, and then on top of that where I am now, like, it brought all those things up to the surface. And I have had an opportunity to recognize that as a minister, my job is to recognize the spiritual truth of this organization. So I've been sitting in it. I've been telling y'all about my challenges with it. I don't pretend that as a minister, what happens is that some essence glow occurs when I become a minister and all of my personal challenges and ego suddenly disappear. That it's a journey, it's a challenge, and that what it means for me to be a minister means that I feel responsible to do that work, to face my demons, and to share those challenges with you and share how I move through and how I work through those challenges. So I couldn't rush the answer. I couldn't force the answer. Sometimes things came up, like I did a visioning, and in the visioning, it was about something completely different. I heard this message to just let it go. Don't worry about it. Withdraw. This is bothering you so much. Withdraw. Let it go. But letting it go still didn't feel right. So I was in California for the Next Gen retreat this last weekend, for Labor Day weekend. And the Next Gen retreat is my retreat. I mean this to say, like, I stepped in this retreat for the first time when I was 37, and the retreat is designed for people who are 18 to 35-ish. So I was definitely on, like, the tail end of that 35-ish when I came into it for the first time. And at that point in my life, I'd been 2 years, I'd completed ministerial school 2 years before, as I said, not recognized by the organization where I completed it. My minister school ended up being disaffiliated and withdrew from the organization as a result of that rift. And I was in that. I was in the byproduct of that, and also had no goals or intentions for ministry at all whatsoever. So I heard about this retreat because I was of that age range, and it was $400 at that time. Right now, I think it's like $500. It was $400 for 3 nights, all meals, and I was like, worst case scenario, I will like hang out in the woods and eat this food, and it'll be worth $400. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know what to expect. I came in with just this is a really cheap spiritual retreat that's intended for people within my age range in the Centers for Spiritual Living. So it felt like the right thing for me to show up to. And that retreat changed my life in every sense of the word. And I believe there's a couple things. Thing number one is it gave me a vision for ministry that I couldn't have. I could not imagine who I was as a minister because I'd never seen a minister like me before. So I got to meet a lot of ministers like me all at once who were putting on a spiritual retreat that was like, if I could imagine a spiritual retreat, that's what it was. And even spiritual retreat wasn't even a thing I imagined myself going to. And this thing was clearly designed with me in mind. The second thing is it created this experience of belonging unlike I'd ever had before. And being mixed race, I don't know, like all of the things I am, queer, like all of the ways that I don't fit into the world, to have a space where I felt like I belonged for the first time in my life allowed me to imagine that life for myself. So this retreat means so much to me because it gave me these big moments of clarity, and so many things, like every retreat that I've ever gone to has come with this big moment of clarity. And so with this one, I walked in with my chip on my shoulder about my ordination. And Reverend Linda Rapond is the godmother of the next generation of spiritual leaders. That first retreat that I went to in 2018, Reverend Linda Rapond was there. She's been to every next gen retreat that I can think of, every conference. She was in Canada. Everywhere I go, Linda Rapond is there. I rarely call this woman, but she's always, wherever I am, she's right next to me, somewhere in my vicinity. And so last year, when I was at the Next Gen retreat, I didn't have a specific role. I was in the leadership cabin, but I wasn't responsible for anything in particular. And Linda Rapond, often called the godmother of the next generation of spiritual leaders, I was like, I think I'm the godparenting training. This is my opportunity to learn directly from Linda Rapond and all of her goodness. So I got that bit of clarity in my mind and my heart last year. And I did nothing about it. I just said it, I learned from her, did that retreat, came home, lived my best life. And this year, she was talking about these things, things around prosperity just kept coming up. And I was like, oh yeah, somebody told me Linda is who you should talk to when you want support around money and prosperity consciousness. Like, she's the one to talk to. So I was like, all right, hey Linda, can we set some time? Will you be my mentor and support me with this area? And Linda's like, why don't you email home office and say that I'll be your mentor instead of that person from the Ministers Council? And I was like, I had an opportunity to hear Spirit tell me that last year. And I needed this whole experience of this not going the way that I wanted to. I would have never made this decision to commit to mentorship from this woman. And Spirit told me it last year, and I didn't listen. So it had to manifest in this way for me to make this commitment to connect and receive this mentorship. So I was like, this solves my whole situation. And she was like, and for your other mentor, my other mentor is retiring this year, actually retired a year ago, and is planning to leave the organization altogether by the end of this year. So she was like, your other mentor, do you know this other woman? And this woman is in a mastermind with group. I quote her all the time, just like on a day. And she's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, of course I know her. And she was like, you should ask her. I haven't talked to her yet. But I don't see her saying no to me. So like, that's how great of a relationship we have. And to recognize that this challenge, it took me to see God in every stone and nook and cranny to find out what I needed to know from this situation. It is so much easier to judge, to criticize, to hold resentment and anger instead of recognizing the point. What is the point anyway? The point anyway is to recognize that Spirit is in all of it.
Come on.
I love that Becca Jane said, what are these methods? They include, but are not limited to, veganism, vegan potluck today, overeating, strenuous lifestyle or wellness plans, activism, avoidance, alcoholism, breath work, meditation, gossip, etc. I love that she pointed out that God is in all the things that we say God is not. But also the things that we say God is, all in one paragraph. These are the methods where we find God. Some people find God through addiction. Some people find God through avoidance. Some people find God through gossip. Some people find it in meditation, or breath work, or veganism. Y'all do y'all. God is everywhere. So she ended her post by saying, I'm going to go hide under my bed for a few days. And I'll bet God is there too.
Come on.
With that dead emoji.
That's funny.
Right? So this is the final thing that this was all like yesterday, that I was like scrolling, pulling wisdom. Society says, work harder, buy more, keep up, me. I think I'll sit on my porch and watch my garden grow instead. Two Paws Farmhouse. As Mary Lee said in that opening where she quoted Tricia Hersey from the NAP ministry, that we're here to be, we are free to be, like Mariah says, that we're figuring out, many of us are figuring out the balance between how do you sit on your porch and watch your garden grow, but also pay your rent, feed yourself.
Man, come on.
We are working that out, and what it means for us to empower each other to live happy, healthy, abundant lives is that we are showing up in spiritual community and supporting one another and identifying what that means for us individually and knowing that to be the truth together in prayer. So I would love to invite y'all to pray with me. Mariah, are you good to do some noodling behind me during this? Thank you very much. You could just stay up here because we'll do golden kind of right after that.
I like the noodling.
Yeah, I like the noodling too. Thank you, Mariah. Thanks for the last minute, no conversation, just on the stage. Will you do this right now? Appreciate it. So I invite you all to take a moment to get comfortable in this space, bringing your attention and awareness to the breath. Noticing and noting how sacred the breath itself is. The breath is what we all have in common. And I am grateful that with all of our differences and all of our ways of being and expression, that we can choose to see God in everything, in everyone, in every moment, in every challenge, to remember what the point of it anyway is: to love, is to live, is to breathe, for our hearts to beat, to simply be. And I am incredibly grateful that each one of us chooses to participate in spiritual community in whatever way we are most called, that we empower each other to live happy, healthy, and abundant lives. And I'm grateful for the experience of joy, of abundance, and connection that we experience as a result of affirming this in prayer together. So in gratitude, I invite us to close this prayer however you are most comfortable in closing prayer. I choose to close by saying, and so it is. Thank you, Mariah. You're the best. All right, so this is what I said was coming next, conscious giving. I'm going to invite you to, and like I said, everything we do is an invitation. And just like the vision and mission, if you're like, this is conscious giving affirmation, that's not it. It should be like this. Y'all should say that. Tell me, speak up. We got a potluck going after this. It's a perfect opportunity for you to share your thoughts, feelings, and ideas. So invite you to affirm this with me together. I live in abundance. I am filled with abundance. I give from abundance, and it transforms my life. And as Mary Lee goes around with the plate, I invite you to give whatever it is that you feel called, whether it is financial energy, whether it is loving energy, whatever it is that you feel called to give, support you in that. And as I go to the next slide, we're going to have this give to text phone number and QR code up there as well. Well, you have an option. If you're somebody who does not roll with cash, I am absolutely one of those people. You can text whatever number to that phone number or scan and make your donation online, whatever you prefer. But Mariah is going to kick us off with living life like it's golden.
Feel free to, clap, snap, whatever you feel in yourself.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Let's go, Mariah.
I'm taking my freedom, moving up the shelf, putting it on the chain, wearing it around my neck. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my car. Wherever you choose to go, it won't take me far. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden, living my life like it's 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 golden, golden. Taking my own freedom, putting it in a song, singing loud and strong, moving all day long. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in a stroll. I
Let's go.
Yes, Mariah, thank you. I was writing down the PCH, the one, but the beach was to my right, and I was on my way to meet Elijah Christopher Hayden for lunch, and the song came on, and I was like, ooh.
Mm-hmm.
And like for a prosperity song, seemed like it fit. So thank you for pulling out your repertoire for the very first time.
Oh yeah, that was dope. That was dope.
So right after this, we've invited Red Earth vegans to come potluck with us. Vast majority of them have said they had COVID, so I don't know where they went, and I'm glad I was not there because they are, many of them, the people who put this group together will not be there as a result of that. And if you've brought a non-vegan dish, please label it. I'm gonna tell y'all that I made like a lentil mushroom thing that has no garlic in it and is also gluten-free. So know that that's what it is. That's what's happening. And What's Up NY, me and my cousin do this show, What's Up NY, streaming on my Facebook, 'cause like I said, Facebook and me are still friends. Streaming on Facebook and What's Up NY, New Thought Media Network, streaming on all things there as well. The Centers for Spiritual Living Day of Service, this is the thing that I shout out the Ministers' Council for. Reverend Michelle Senegal is reviving this concept of the Day of Service, which is simply just asking us to do an act of service. It could be something formal. We don't have anything planned right now. If somebody has an idea of what we could do on Saturday, I'm down for it. I've blocked my day out, but I'm not planning anything in particular for that day. But it may be something simple as, I would say, carrying somebody's groceries for them who looks like they need help. Like, just pay attention, look around, let it be your day of service. Of like, today is going to be a day where I am in service to my community, and I'm going to let Spirit lead me to whatever that is. I just invite you to participate in whatever way you feel called, even if it's an actual idea for us to participate together as a community. Let us know. Our drag show, come out wherever you are. On Saturday, October 11th, from 8 to 10, we're having an all ages drag show. Doors open at 7, and vegan and non-vegan, I'm gonna call things like non-vegan from now on. I like that, vegan and non-vegan. Hot dogs, chips, and drinks will be for sale. Working on that, putting that together. And Witch Fest. Witch Fest is like, it is, yeah, there's a flyer right there. I love that there are flyers here in the room. You can get your tickets online using that QR code, and I highly, highly recommend getting tickets online. There is a strong possibility this might sell out online before we even get to the point of tickets at the door. So if this is something that you want to come to, please get your tickets while you still can. And I guess that's it, right? We're gonna do a closing song. It's right at 2 o'clock. So Mariah's gonna close us out, and then we gonna eat.
Does she want to say something?
Somebody want to say something?
Yeah.
Nina? Yeah, come on up.
Hey,
Hey,
Nina.
Mariah.
James had just asked me to,
Where's James at?
I'm going to tell you.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering
He's
where James.
preparing for a drag show that he is in today at Tramps at 3 o'clock. And it's at 39th and Barnes. It's a bar on the northwest side of that corner. It's a building that has a mural that faces the street, but actually the address is there with the little word Tramps above it. So it's near that intersection. But 3 o'clock, and he'd love to have our support.
Oh, dope.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I was expecting him coming with the crock pot.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not going back, moving ahead. Here to declare to you, my past is over in you. Things are made new. Surrender my life to you. I'm moving forward.
It's one of my favorite songs.
What a moment. You have brought me to such a freedom. I have found in you. You're a healer who makes all things new. Yeah, yeah. I'm not going back, moving ahead. It's a declare to you, my past is over in you. Things are made new. Surrender my life to you. I'm moving forward. You have risen with all power in your hands. You have given me a second chance. Hallelujah, hallelujah, not going back, moving ahead. Here to declare to you, my past is over in you. Things are made new. Surrender my life to Christ. I'm moving forward. Not going back, moving ahead. It's a declare to you, my past is over in you. Things are made new. Surrender my life to you. I'm moving forward.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much, Mariah. Thank you for being here. And have the best week ever.
Best week ever!
Best week ever.
Hey. Oh, that was incredible.